Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, our group will present an academic review of the article entitled Faith, Logic and Modern Challenges, The Adaptive or Journey of al-Kalam in Islamic Thought by Usman Ghani. In this podcast video has three objectives. First, to summarize the central argument of the article. Second, to critically analyze the strength and limitation of the author approach. And lastly, to evaluate the relevance of the article findings to contemporary educational context. And now, we will now proceed with a concise synthesis of the article. Let's go.
The summary of the article offers a comprehensive historical and conceptual overview of al-Kalam, positioning it as a foundational Islamic theology discipline developed to articulate and defend core belief through rational discourse. The author traced the emergence of Kalam through early Islamic debates considering the divine attributes, free willing, predestination, and the ontological nature of God. Two major theological scholars, the Mu'tazilah and the Ash'ariyah, are examined in detail. The Mu'tazilah is characterized as rationalist oriented and emphasized to divine justice and human moral agency. In contrast, the Ash'ariyah school advocate a balance between reason and revelation, introducing concepts such as bila kaf and the doctrine of accusation, CAS. Methodologically, the article integrates classical sources, including the work of Al-Farabi, Al-Ash'ari, and Al-Ghazali, with contemporary scholarship by An-Nas, Arkun, and Anderson. This combined approach allows the study to situate Kalam within both its historical trajectory and modern intellectual challenge, particularly in relation to secularism, scientific rationalism, and pluralistic societies. The author concludes by asserting the Kalam remains an adaptive and relevant discipline for addressing contemporary theological and philosophical issues.
From a critical standpoint, the article demonstrates several notable strengths. It provides a true historical narrative that effectively contextualizes the evolution of al-Kalam. The balanced treatment of both Mu'tazilah rationalism and Ash'ariyah traditionalism enhance the objectivity of the discussion. Furthermore, the engagement with both primary and secondary sources strengthen the academic credibility of the analysis. However, several limitations should be highlighted. First, the article is primarily descriptive and tends to summarize existing literature without offering substantial original theoretical contribution. Second, while the methodology is identified as qualitative, the article does not sufficiently articulate its analytical framework or criteria for text selection, which limiting methodological transparency. And third, the connection between classical Kalam debate and current educational practice is only brief mention and lack detailed application. Despite these limitations, the article provides a valuable foundation for understanding Kalam intellectual legacy and its potential for contemporary reinterpretation.
Ladies and gentlemen, the relevance of this article to today's educational context, especially in Islamic education, is very significant. In modern classrooms, ilmu al-Kalam plays an important role, a vital role, in developing critical thinking, analytical reasoning, and theological literacy among students. Its structured approach to argumentation helps learners engage thoughtfully with philosophical, scientific, and ethical questions that arise in contemporary society. Additionally, Kalam acts as intellectual bridge between traditional Islamic teachings and modern knowledge systems. It provides meaningful frameworks for discussing topics such as cosmology, bioethics, and interreligious dialogue. Because of this, Kalam is highly relevant for curriculum development, particularly in higher Islamic studies and comparative religion programs. In conclusion, the article by Usman Ghani clearly demonstrates that ilmu al-Kalam is not a static or outdated field. Instead, it is a dynamic and evolving intellectual tradition that continues to address modern theological and educational challenges. Its ongoing relevance reminds us of the importance of integrating rational discourse together with revelation-based knowledge in contemporary Islamic scholarship. I think that's all from us. We hope that you will gain beneficial knowledge from this discussion. Thank you. Wallahu alam. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.